Alright, welcome back everybody. Today's video is just a relatively short one, I think. That's going to be about the Systems Team AMA that happened on Reddit yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday, depending on when this video actually goes live, but anyway, it happened on Reddit yesterday. There were 4 members of the Systems team there answering a bunch of people's questions about classes and everything else. So I've just summarized really the only main important things that are there, and I also have a bit of a channel update for you at the end of the video as well if you're interested in sticking around for that. The purpose of this video is basically just to inform people about what went on over at the AMA if you couldn't attend for whatever reason, if you can't access it, I mean, or if you just don't feel like reading all that text, or if you didn't even know about it. I'll link to it in the description so you can read it for yourself if you don't believe anything that I'm saying. Okay, so the first thing that caught my eye at least is that there's going to be some adjustments to the Strad fight coming soon, and with that comes a reduction to the damage that he deals with a number of his attacks, so that's a pretty good thing, because a lot of people were complaining about the difficulty of Strahd, so it should become more doable in the future. Now, I'm including this at the beginning because a lot of people have been looking for PvP information, and whether or not there's going to be some updates to PvP anytime soon. We did get a vague answer, but it's still an answer. So somebody asked a variety of questions all in one post, like if there was any plans to make new maps, if there's any plans on making new PvP gear that is better than the PvE gear, and if there's any plans to revive the old Combat League. And so the answer that we got was there's 1 no and 2 yeses as the answers, but we don't know which one's which. He's just sort of left that hang there. So 2 of those things will be happening, and 1 of those things will not be happening. We just don't know which one it is. Next up is something that's actually a little bit confusing to me. Somebody asked how Critical Strike actually interacts with the healing numbers that you get as a healer, and the answer is a little bit confusing because, here, I'll just quote it to you. It says, "Your chance to critically heal is based on a ratio of your critical strike and power. The higher your critical strike is when you compare it to your power, the higher your chance to crit. Keep in mind that power increases the overall potency of your heals, so you don't want to specifically sacrifice power for crit, but if you want to crit, you'll obviously want to gear for as much crit as you can." So, by reading this, to me, the person who asked this was also confused by this, but to me, it looks like increasing your power can actually reduce your chance to crit, because if there is a larger gap between the amount of crit you have and the amount of power you have, that means you can heal crit less? I mean, that's how I interpreted it, but I feel like that's not right. It doesn't seem like it should be right. And that would mean that it would make sense for healers to way overcap critical strike, which is interesting. I don't know. Maybe we can get more clarification on that in the future, because that's something that's interesting to me and confusing, and I need to know. Alright, console people, listen up! A lot of people have asked this question and it has been answered in a bunch of different places, but in case you haven't seen it, most, if not all, of the recent patches that have gone live on PC are going to be in the console release from the start. So, yay. Okay, now to disappoint some of you, there is not going to be a new class in Mod 17, and probably not in Mod 18 either. So I've got my hopes set on Mod 19 now, which will be in like a year, I think. I guess it depends on how they release stuff, but a long time still. Okay, an issue that I actually haven't heard that many people complain about, but the Spies Guild shirt and pants are not in the Seal store, but apparently it's only for certain classes, so it should hopefully be looked into and fixed pretty soon. Okay, next up is about the epic companion gear that you get from the introductory expedition. I think it was to Terminus. You get the Pearl Ring, I think. Apparently that was added to the Master Expedition rewards in case some people missed it whenever they were first going through. I actually didn't know that. I have not gotten any for the Master Expedition, but apparently it is now possible. Okay, next up is about transmutes. There's actually a couple things about these. Just in general, there's going to be adjustments to the way transmutes work in Mod 17. And there's going to be a fix for the cross-class gear transmute thing coming in the near future. This is one of the questions that I asked in the AMA, and I stated an example because in Mod 15 I had all my gear transmuted to the Black Ice gear, which is Paladin only, and in Mod 16 I am wearing gear that is available to be worn by multiple classes, and so that conflicts and you can't transmute, so I can't wear my Black Ice gear anymore. So I asked about this and if this was going to be looked into at any point in the future, and I was told that there's probably going to be a fix coming in the near future, so I'm excited about that. I don't know if this means that we're going to be able to transmute cross-class gear. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, but maybe they'll just allow you to be able to transmute things if your class is allowed to wear it. I don't know. Alright, now just a general thing that I think people should probably take a little bit of a note at, that they're aware of how the gear meta is going, using the old percentage base gear still, like the Demogorgon set, all of the like Hag's Drags and the Heels of Fury and stuff that give percent base damage bonuses. They did not intend for people to still be using the old gear, which may be obvious to a lot of people, but they're going to review the bonuses that are on the successor gear, as well as possibly, I don't know, maybe adding some newer, better gear in the future. I mean, that part's not in the AMA, but they're looking into ways to fix this, and to me, one of the solutions is to just add better gear, so maybe that'll happen. But the successor gear in particular, they want the set to feel valuable, so I'm gonna hazard a guess to say that the bonuses on that gear are going to be changing in the future, which is hopefully a good thing, because I'm tired of... I was really upset when they added that you have to type in convert to discard the gear now, because I just want to get rid of it. I don't want to spend my time typing. So maybe if I make it better, I'll want to discard less of it. Okay, a few people were concerned about how easy stats are to cap now, and it was basically said that reaching the rating caps in the future is going to be harder in the newer content after this, and new content's going to continue to be more and more challenging and require better stats to perform well. These were two different answers to two different questions, but they kind of go together, so I sort of like put them in this whole package deal thing, you know? Okay. And last but not least, they said that Wizard is in a pretty good place in terms of balance. A lot of people were saying, oh, Wizard's OP, they need nerfed, or other classes need buffed. I mean, maybe that last part's true, but a lot of people are upset about how well Wizard is doing at the moment, and just want to let you all know that they think Wizard's in a good spot. So maybe that means that there's going to be some changes for other classes in the future. I don't know, but if Wizard's in a good spot and they're performing better in general than other classes, it seems like, to me, my brain is piecing together the pieces that maybe some things might change soon. Alright, I don't know what that sentence was, but I'll go with it. Okay, so that is it for the AMA. Just a general thought about the AMA, though, that I had is, I feel like it's a little bit of a waste to do an AMA like this when they're not actually able to answer the majority of the questions. Like, everyone there is under an NDA of some sort, and they can't actually answer questions as directly as I'm sure they would like to, and personally I think AMAs work the best if the developers are actually able and willing to talk about the development cycle and future content and things that are actually going on behind the scenes. And since Cryptic as a company is not able to do that about their games, I feel like the AMA thing just doesn't satisfy people as much as it could. But yeah, okay. That's all for the AMA part. I do have a little update about my channel, like I said in the beginning. Hope you guys don't bite my head off as I talk a little bit about myself. Okay, so I can now offer memberships to my channel, and this is a paid thing that works similar to Patreon or a Twitch subscription. And it is a monthly recurring payment of $4.99 US. It's sometimes referred to as being a sponsor of a channel or something like that. But if you do join, you'll receive a badge that displays in your comments that you make on my videos as well as in the live stream chat. I know I haven't streamed the past couple of weeks, but that's because I've been at work or busy with work stuff, but I will be starting it back up again soon, and you'll also get access to 5 unique emotes to use in the chat, and this number of emotes is going to increase as the number of members increases too, so I'll be able to add more and more emotes, assuming people actually are interested in becoming a member and stuff. But third thing, sometimes I'll post some things in the community tab, like you guys are already familiar with that, at least some of you are anyway, that I post stuff like asking questions and stuff for content. That's still going to be there, but in addition to that, there's going to be a few members only posts now and then that are like behind the scenes stuff, or just like pictures of my cat, because everyone likes cats, or maybe some other stuff that I haven't thought of yet, but that'll be there. Like I said, becoming a member costs $4.99 a month, which is the same price as a Tier 1 Twitch subscription, and the average person's first Patreon tier. Or maybe the second, because a lot of people do $1 tier, but yeah. All the videos that I make are still going to be available completely for free, and if you decide you're not interested in becoming a member, you're not going to miss out on any content or anything like that. Joining simply allows you to support me if you're interested in doing so, and it gives me a little bit more means to create more and better content, even if it's not about Neverwinter. Or if it is. Or just in general, you know? Again, I just want to reiterate that this is completely optional, and I don't want anyone to feel like they're being forced to join or anything like that. But if you are interested in joining, you can do so on just my main channel page. There's going to be a new button that says join next to the subscribe button. So you'll be able to click on that. It'll give you a list of all the perks that I just said, and then you can decide, hey, I want to do this, or hey, I don't want to do this, and you can click, and then the thing happens with the monies, and they're done. Alright, that's how that works. Okay. Thanks for watching or listening or whatever. And I'll see you all soon. Okay, bye.